Hello, the Vibe Koge here, and what if for today, I will get to the other what ifs that I said I'll do eventually because I got stuck on them. Every time I tried to record, I would have 3 minutes of just me pondering what to say, and so I'll retry later. So let's try this one. What if Deku found the stone mask? Found being the operative word, where the timeline changes with the simple fact that in this one, the Pillarmen never awoken and Dio was never able to get the stone mask on himself, and he was the one who almost woke up the Pillarmen. He was stopped, Jorno was never born, Josuke was never born, sorry not sorry, but we do have Jotaro, and now we have Jolene. Sorry for every time I say Jocelyn, I don't know why, but in the multiverse that I come from, I could have sworn that it was Jocelyn Cujo, not Jolene Cujo. I don't know, Mandela effect. Just like with SpongeBob having 5 fingers. Or other things. Anyway, we'll get into those fake memory worlds anyway. No, we shouldn't get into the fake memories. Fake memories are dangerous. Don't break free from the Matrix. This is your warning. Anyway, back to the what if as. That means Jolene Cujo would be our special Speedwagon undercover person to find the person who had said stone mask. You see, the stone mask would still be stolen by a certain Yakuza boss member who would be betrayed later by his subordinate. However, he had this illegitimate daughter, no one he couldn't claim as his own because it was under, pretenses. So he would send this to her. There would also be the accompanying of the Red Stone of Asia. Of course, the note is simple: keep this hidden, because Inko does know that she is the daughter of the Yakuza boss, and thus making Izuku the son of the Yakuza boss. I know, what a twist. But the grandson of the Yakuza boss, but his dad is still Hasashi. He was born quirkless and he got fucked over in life. Bakugo bullied him, and, well, shit kinda went bad from there. You see, when does the stone mask fall into Deku's possession? Pretty much like 2 days after Ingo got the package. She and Hasashi, they were away on a trip. In this timeline, Hasashi visits more due to, him more worried about Inko. Since Inko would tell him, yeah, I'm like his daughter. If people find out, we could be fucked. I'll make sure to stay close and make sure not to be left alone not too often. Yay. Anyway, they were away when Izuku, who would still be in middle school, would find the stone mask with the Red Stone of Asia. Now, he's read about these in many books. Of course, the Speedwagon Foundation has published their findings on all the stone masks. And this one looks different from the regular pure white ones because he had known that the Red Stone of Asia was used by these things called Pillarmen. Things that evolved adjacent to humans that found their own abilities. They can survive in sunlight. He knew that there was this man called Dio. Now, how he knew is because, well, Yakuza connections. Now, Inko would not necessarily be too thrilled that Izuku knows about his Yakuza connections, but Grandpa still gives some info every now and then to his grandson. Which kind of sucks. So when Chisaki betrays him in his mind before he goes, he's like hoping Izuku could protect Inko, just like before he goes off. Now, here's where things get kind of fun. This would be the day where Bakugo would do the whole blowing up the notebook and throwing said notebook out the thing. You know, the whole, who wants to go to UA, here are the papers. Well, Izuku. You being quirkless might not go. I get your gist, but I can still try. So, this is where things change. The moment where, Bakugo would seemingly have the upper hand, he just threw out the notebook out the window. Izuku, he sees that the sun is about to break through some clouds. He sighs as he thought he wouldn't need to do this, but, he's kind of had enough. Yes, he's still the kind-hearted, I want to be a hero despite being the grandson of the Yakuza boss. I still want to be a good guy. And that kind of changes ever so slightly now. Not that he's going to be villain or vigilante or anti-hero. He's still going to be a hero. It's just the whole brutality thing is just going to run rampant after this. For you see, Deku goes back to his backpack. Bakugo saying, "Don't ignore me, you bastard." Izuku, yet again, ignores Bakugo. He would lift up the redstone mask as Bakugo sees it and he recognizes it. "Hey, nerd, how'd you get that? That thing's been missing for months now." As Izuku's saying, interesting. They never found out what happens when you put it on. As he puts on the mask, Bakugo and his two Goonies, because he's no longer a kid, they take a step back because they feel this ominous vibe in the air. As Izuku, he places the mask on. As he turns his face, looks at the window, as the clouds break and the sunlight begins to beam and radiate into the classroom, the light hits the redstone as the stone spike piercing Izuku's brain in certain specific points, injecting him with the power of the Redstone of Asia, amplified by the stone mask, which had a little bit of DNA mixed into this. See, the Redstone of Asia was more than just becoming the ultimate life form for cars and WAMU, ACDCs, and San Viento. It's the amalgamation of what their powers are, pulled in, and then would be awakened into the highest potential within them. So they would all become their respective 4 equal pillars. They would each, divide and conquer. They would have the same powers, no weaknesses. So when he gets stabbed through these, the DNA of the Pillar Men does, pump through Izuku now. It mutates and, genetically alters him. He does get more muscular as a result. Not too buffy, but as buff as this is. We can't have him be Pillarman status right away, but, cramming 4 Pillarman DNA into one body would have some bulkier effects. The mask would break, the Redstone of Asia shatters, and Izuku just breathes calmly. He feels nothing. He feels calm. He looks outside. He sticks out his hand. There's no burning. Yes, but I can feel the power. You see, he would turn around to see Bakugo and the other guys trembling. Izuku's stomach would then rumble, as he knows that he needs to feed, but to drink such despicable blood is beneath him. He'll find something else, as in an instant, he speed blitzes Bakugo, placing a hand on his shoulder, as Izuku says, "Go ahead, tell them. There's no evidence to prove it." Real quick, guys, I'm going to take my brother to work, so you're going to hear me put on my shoes, go outside, turn on the car, and then wait for him in said vehicle. Also, the fan is on in this room. So, anyway, back to the what if. As, Izuku would look at Bakugo and tell him, "Go ahead. No evidence to prove your story." I feel great, though. As he does grip Bakugo's shoulder ever so tightly, causing him to wince in pain as Bakugo realizes Deku could break his arm if he wants to right now. The strength, it's unreal. It's not natural. How does he have this? What happened to him? This damn nerd. How? My bad. I had to go give cat food to Chungus and Nico and Iggy. Anyway, back to the story. Now we're at the car turning on part. It's so cold as fuck. Bakugo, he has no idea what he could do right now. He knows something's up with Deku. He doesn't know what the fuck the redstone deal was, but the fact that there was so much money and so many people out looking for it, and Deku just to casually break it? No, he's got to figure out how to do it. As you know, he would run over to where the stone mask broke, but the dust and the remnants of it, it's just ash and dust. There's no evidence to prove that what it was. As you know, Izuku's just like, oh, should probably disperse about that. As he sticks out his hand and then it spins very fucking rapidly to the left. As he says, a miniature divine sandstorm should be enough. As a great amount of wind comes out of his hand, forcing the dust up into the air and through the window, as it now dispersed throughout all of Japan, lost in the wind. Yes, Kansas reference. I live in the States, so why not make a reference to the band? Carry on my wayward son. I had to do it one time because I do like the show Supernatural. Yes, and vampires, and oh my. Anyway, vampires, werewolves, oh my. Wolves, goblins, demons, angels. He got convoluted as fuck at the end. I watched it to the very end. Yes, I am a diehard fan. Back to the story. I'm sorry for the story breaks and pausing. Izuku, he casually just walks out of the building. He goes shopping. He feels good. Due to his new body, he kind of wants to test out how fast he can, move and get up and go around places. So he gets up and he jumps over. That is the signal for me to put on my seatbelt, which I will do shortly. Hello, kitty. Anyway, I'm just moving the car out of the driveway. And I'm waiting. Back to the story. We now have Izuku going towards the same mall where the sludge villain had just recently robbed. So you have people yelling, "Stop him!" as All Might is now bulking up. But Izuku, not a moment to hesitate, just Divine Sandstorm spins his wrist. And in case you're wondering, how does he already have the ability? Well, plop. Okay, I'm back. I just finished dropping him off. I'm still driving. I'm in a work zone where my speed limit is 25, so I kind of have to cruise. So, hey, that lets me do, a slow, steady drive until I'm through the work zone. But now, back to the what if. As, Deku, Divine Sandstorm, sludge villain gets his shit slapped all the way back. All Might didn't even have, he turned into his buff Might form just to see Deku handle the shit. And he's just like, oh, that is fine work, young man. As All Might would help capture the sludge villain, Izuku and All Might would have this bond now. All Might sees vast amount of potential. Izuku didn't hesitate. Izuku looks ripped. The whole wind pressure hand thing, he asked him, what is that? Izuku just saying, oh, my divine sandstorm, it works. He explains how he pretty much has his hands and joints move at high speeds, rotating, creating this vacuum palm that he can just shoot out and dust the divine sandstorm. All Might is just like, so you're just, but does that hurt you? No, I heal really fast too. By the moment it does, it doesn't even hurt. I got used to it relatively quickly. All Might's just like, what do you mean relatively quickly? Oh, my quirk has multiple aspects of it. Oh, what is your quirk's name? Metamorphosis. Oh. To explain, Izuku then would pull out Kars' bone blade saw from his forearm, which, surprises All Might. He's just like, what the? As Izuku's saying, yeah, it's not completed yet. And to be honest, I was kind of a late bloomer when it came in. At first, it just appeared like I had a dormant quirk, but just either that or a very weak enhancer one. But over time, my actual mutations started to come in. As All Might looks at him, and he's saying, young man, do you inspire to be a hero? I love him. I actually look up to you very much, All Might. You're actually... I'm a big All Might fan. As Izuku would pull out a notebook and say, hey, can you sign this real quick? As All Might would say, gladly, young man. As, the two have a friendly conversation. All Might would say, oh, I already promised my quirk to that one girl. I owe the Speedwagon Foundation for fixing my lungs. As, yes, All Might no longer has his injury, but, his successor would just so happen to be Jocelyn Kujo, who in this timeline did not inherited her, I was about to say her string-free one. I was close. I said string-free, but it's stone-free. I am dumb as shit. I apologize. Anyway, she did not get stone-free due to stands not necessarily existing in this one. But like her dad, she was a fucking badass, tough-ass motherfucker who loved to fight, scrap, and, well, she could kick ass. And, well, All Might saw a lot of Nana Shimura in this young girl, so he named her the successor, which this also kind of did not help his relationship with Sir Night-Eye. Oh, shit, I'm pulling into a gas station so I can get myself a snack. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. It was a Love's. I got myself Life Water and a Subway sandwich, the chicken bacon melt, without the ranch because I don't like ranch, with probably the second most greatest cookie flavor, white chocolate chip macadamia nut. Now, what may be the greatest flavor? Snickerdoodle. There is no greater flavor to me than Snickerdoodle. The cinnamon, the sugar cookie. Amazing. The bee's knees. Often possum. The best cookie, in my opinion. Also for easiest ones to make edibles with, because can of butter folds so much easier into sugar. And like the sugar cookies, and then the can of sugar you could use for the cinnamon sugar. I am a baker in more than one ways, guys. I know how to make edibles because, well, recipes are entertaining. And, well, cooking with every single herb is something that I wanted to do and learn. So, yes, I learned some things like that, and don't worry about it. Anyway, back to the what if. Let's go to the legal content that I can make, because that shit's not legal in Kansas, but I made it in Colorado when I was in summer vacation, which, also stories that don't need to be brought up right now. So, back to the what if. As I was saying, All Might and Izuku actually do have a strong bond right now, and he's actually very interested in having him meet Jolene, the successor. He feels like maybe the two could have really good synchronicity. After all, they're going to be cleaning Dagobah Beach here in the next 10 months. So he invites Izuku. Izuku and Jolene would meet, and Jolene had actually gotten notification of by the Speedwagon Foundation that, hey, someone told us that the mask that we were looking for was brought by this guy who had it at this moment. And, although it seemed like a lot of bullshit, we then, heard about a kid named Izuku Midoriya who was deemed quirkless at first. And then videos of him using a technique by the Pillarmen had surfaced. What? The Divine Sandstorm. Find out his motives. Find out if he could truly be trusted. If not, take him out. But, get close to him. I know it's asking a lot of you, Jolene. But Dad, look, if you can't bring yourself to end him, just contact us. I'll take care of it myself. And Jolene, if he is a villain, remember, don't get too attached. That was a very loving call between her and Daddy Jotaro. As I feel very fucking awkward after saying that one line. Father Jotaro. That sounds slightly easier in my mind. Anyway, he had just told Jocelyn, what to do. If Izuku is a threat, end him. If you can't, hey, we'll kill him for you. If he's not a threat, stay the fuck away from him. What? He's a fucking pillar man. Or something like it. We don't know. They should be burning in the sun, and the fact that he doesn't ain't normal. Do we tell All Might? No. We gotta keep him in the dark about this. Be a shame. We'd only tell him if Izuku seems to be a threat. Now, we do a 1 month time skip. Jolene had given Izuku the entire cold shoulder, which, resulted in Izuku actually not coming in today. Which, All Might got the text saying, oh yeah, I'm just sick, feeling under the weather, I'll make it another time. We time skipped 3 weeks. Izuku's not shown up to training. Jocelyn, who's made decent progress, who has now reached 8% of full cowling, because, yeah, why not? She's already a, strong person without, one for all, so she was good. But there was something unique that happened that, it happened only when Jocelyn momentarily, and I do mean momentarily, accessed 10% to, try and save a civilian who was there at the beach, who, All Might was there, so, of course, civilian, and, this is training my protege. Ha 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 ha. She's from she's a member of the Kujo family. The one who helps run the Speedwagon Foundation. They have helped me, and I decided to train their daughter. Shit like that. Covering the story with some lies and some truths. But, no. This girl would be about to be crushed by some rubble that All Might was, he was posing, and there were people in his way, so he couldn't get to it. But Jocelyn knew 8% was not enough, so she acts as 10. And it still wasn't enough. She stuck out her hand when black tendrils shot out, grabbed the girl, and brought her towards her. Yes, from now on, when Jocelyn hits that, next 10 percentage, access to the next quirk would start to awaken. However, that means the other quirk that had awakened previously would also get stronger and become out of control. So it will take time. So even when she does get to, unlocking all the other quirks, which it still wouldn't be at a finished percentage. When they get to the finished percentage, it's because they're going to be so rowdy and unkept that, it's going to take it a minute. All Might was surprised. They played it off like, no, she always had this ability. It was just hard for her to bring it out. They're just like, one for all. She's the chosen child. Now, of course, Izuku, during this time, had unintentionally, fed on someone. Now, this person was someone who, I guess you could say, for lack of a better word, also had this crazy blood fetish. Well, yeah, she had a blood fetish. Deku now has kind of a biting fetish, because he finds himself gnawing and chewing on things due to him not willingly consuming blood. But, as, the story progresses, things, yes, it's Toga, but not the ship. Ship is going to be Jotaro's daughter. You'll find out why Toga is liking Izuku, but at the same time, why she's not in love with Izuku. Now. Okay, I'm closing the door. I'm outside and I'm walking. As, I think it was Lazy What Ifer. Yeah, the Lazy What Ifer, who walks sometimes in his videos. I like that. It shows interaction with nature. Birds. Spring is coming. Nico-chin. Nico. Okay, just ignore me. My cat's a dick. Love you, Nico. Anyway. pause this real quick. I'm back after doing some errands, having my phone charged for a little bit, and, well, I'm gonna have to finish this roughly in 20 minutes or so. So, let's do this. Where I last off is, Jocelyn kind of feeling bad about seemingly pushing away this kid, but she also realizes, yeah, she might have inadvertently, she might be inadvertently causing him to go down a bad side because of the cold shoulder. So she will tell All Might she'll look for him. Now, it is late one night when, they do have Izuku's contact information, so late that night she would go over and she was kind of surprised. It was an empty lot. Where Izuku used to live was, condemned about a month ago, but they didn't know. Izuku didn't tell them. So, since he just stopped showing up, he found it, convenient. He could just disappear from them, not really worry about them, but, this kind of conflicts with Jolene. Jolene actually goes back, calls All Might, saying that, hey, we got a problem. What? You know the address that he gave us? Yeah, there's an empty lot. Huh? I did some research. Yeah? Apparently about a month ago, it was going to be condemned, and as All Might's saying, but he never, as All Might's just like, ooh. Makes sense. As she's saying, what? In our conversations, I noticed that he became more reclusive, but he never really said anything. I never bothered asking. He seemed to like to deal with things on his own, so I figured he'd be okay. If I knew, I would have reached out more. Oh, dear heavens, I don't know where he's at. Do you? Oh my, I never talked to him. I'm probably the reason why he stopped showing up. As, there was this awkward tension and silence when something surprises Jolene. She sees someone jogging. He had his headphones in, but she recognized the messy green hair, right away. But she sees this man jogging, just right across the street. She instantly goes to follow, but she doesn't say his name because she doesn't want him just to run off. So she just follows and trails him behind. She'll tell All Might she'll call him back in a few minutes. So she hangs up, follows Izuku. Izuku actually ends up running about 7 blocks. She's tired, actually. She's just like, damn it. After training with All Might today, I'm kind of worn out. What is he doing? As, Izuku, he runs down this alley, which, he looks down everywhere. As he looks towards the direction of where Jolene would have been. She's hiding, of course, but she's just like, fuck, he almost saw me. As Izuku, from his perspective, he's just like, so, she followed me all the way here. Shiggy not gonna like this. As, Izuku, he decides, I'm gonna have to do something painful. As, Jolene, she doesn't realize that Izuku knows that she's been following him. So, in the moment that she was looking away, Izuku folded his body and went down into, this car. Just hiding under it. See, Jolene would not know this. So, she would look up, and she would just see Deku gone. She would actually start, running towards the street where he was, look around, and she's confused. Where the hell could he have gone? There's no one around. She looked in the car, and she saw nothing, and she's just like, what the fuck? Izuku. As, Izuku could hear her. He has his music paused. He has no headphones in. He hears the concern in her voice, and he's just saying, the fuck is wrong with her? As, she's saying, oh, fuck. All Might's gonna kill me. As then, Izuku's just saying, oh, I should have figured. As, Jolene, she runs away. Deku would, protrude out of, said car as he's saying, that shit hurts my bones sometimes. Should be drinking more milk. but I hate it. As no, the portal opens, as Shigaraki steps out, as Izuku tells him, "What's up?" Shigaraki would see the girl running down, as he asks, "Friend of yours?" "Nah, she's just someone who I used to work out around."
Oh, don't say. Was this the bitch at the beach?
Yeah, kinda.
Well, come on. She's here. She's waiting to see you.
Izuku sighs as he's saying, "Yeah, I kind of figured as much." As, he walks in. Here he would meet Toga for the first time. I don't know if I've gone over that for right now. But Toga, her blood fetish, and Izuku's biting fetish will collide. Which, Shigaraki was trying to set him up, but, yeah, no. Now, I bet you're wondering, how is Izuku and Shigaraki, friends? Well, kinda funny. It would be during one of the nights that Izuku decided to blow off everything, as, he was leaving said area, and it looked like he was homeless, because he didn't really carry much after the stone mask. He kind of sold all his shit and just had a fuck ton of money in his bank stored, so, at the moment, he didn't really have an apartment, so he was just gonna stay at a hotel. He just figured, might as well. So, he would go. Now, here's the thing. I bet you're wondering. Inko and Hasashi, what about them? Well, don't worry. We're gonna get to that soon. As, the two... Wait, did I kill them off yet? That sounds fucked up, because I don't remember if I did or not. But if I did, then we're gonna go over it. And if it's slightly changed, then it's because it changes in my head. If not, then, well, surprise! We're going to the death scene of Hasashi and Inko. Because it's time for Izuku to have some large inheritance of money. Now, Nani? Oh yeah, I do love this song. Anyway, back on the what if. As we now, Izuku and no. Hasashi and Inko, they would be off with the Speedwagon Foundation when a purple portal would open, and this weird bird-looking creature and this man with pale hands, not pale hands, pale hair and hands all over his body would tell him,
"Give us the information about..."
Hold up. I'm back to the what if. As anyway, Izuku, he's not aware that it's Shigaraki and the League of Villains that killed his parents for the information of the Pillarmen. For you see, All For One is going to try and take some samples of the Pillarmen, find the stone mask and seemingly rejuvenate himself to try and go against All Might and his protege. Of course, they would kill the parents and not know anything. So they still don't know, but they're going to use Izuku in this case because they did not know that Izuku had the possession of the stone mask. That was the only thing that they saw, Izuku's stone mask, and then, yeah, they were able to hack into the network of the Speed Network. All For One, connections were able to get him into the Speedwagon Foundation to let him know that the stone mask was used with the red stone on this boy. Alright. Okay. No. That one. As I was saying, Izuku, he's not aware that All For One had killed his parents, and the reason why they are being friendly to him and offered him a place to stay at the bar is because they know he had placed the mask on his face. Now, Izuku's not aware of this. He just, in the time that someone actually was giving him any sort of, you know, need, it happened. Of course, Izuku not involuntarily, but unknowingly, did give some of his blood samples to, well, not blood samples, but DNA samples to a special female that happened to work at the bar. It's not Toga, and it wasn't Shigaraki. Shigaraki still did. Shigaraki was kind of pissed that Izuku did that. For you see, in this timeline, Shigaraki did not kill his sister. In fact, his sister and Shigaraki are both working under All for One. In fact, Izuku clapped Shigaraki's sister's cheeks. So he wants to kill him for another personal reason. Because I figured, if we're going to layer some story depth in there, let's get multiple layers in this dip. Let's go 13, no, 20 layer dip. I don't fucking know. There's no limit. Limitless layer dip. Yes, that sounds amazing. Hold up. What was I saying? Limitless layer dip. Yeah, that does sound amazing. No, but so they're trying to get Pillarman information, and they got DNA samples out of Shigaraki's sister, whose name I'm gonna have to look up real quick. Asami, which, I am thinking of other anime chicks named Asami now. Nice, Izuku, nice. I must still say she keeps the name because that's a decent name. So Tomura is annoyed that Izuku had clapped his sister Asami. I'm gonna just go with he goes by Tenko still too. His villain name is Tomura. There we go. That makes it easier for me, as rather than lip and chapstick. So Tomura does have better maintenance because of his sister, just in case you're wondering. So he does do the scratchy thing still, but he doesn't look like a crackhead. So Izuku ended up clapping his sister's cheeks within the month of him not being with... The fuck? Hold up. What was this bullshit? Why'd it gotta be Florida? Yo, fuck the police. Motherfucker, I'm gonna sign that here in a bit. Hold up. Nah, I gotta do this because I gotta go to work at 2, and I'll do it while I'm at work because I get paid to do justice now. Anyway, back to the what if. As Izuku and Asami, they're not in a relationship, they're just fuck buddies. Legit, Izuku flirts with other bitches in front of Asami, and Asami will not give a fuck, which Tenko is just like, why don't you care? I mean, we have a lot of fun, and he's great in the sack, but you do realize what we gotta do if, he's not on our side at the end. So I can't, come on, professionalism. As Shigaraki's just like, damn,
you're more of a villain than I thought you'd be.
Well, fuck Hero Society. Fuck Grandma. She's the reason why Dad was such a dick. Yeah. For the sake of shits and giggles, she's gonna be going to UA to be our UA trader. So Jolene would replace Mineta, and Asami would replace what was Hagakure. And Asami is our UA trader. Izuku does not betray anyone. He is just like, hey, y'all can come at me, and it's just for me to test out my powers, because I still want to be a hero. But I know this shit fucked up. So I understand we need a yin and a yang. Truce? I mean, I have already been inside your sister, so come on. I've washed my fingers. As Shigaraki would, twitch as he's just saying, I want to kill you. As Izuku chuckles as he's saying, good. That's good motivation for a villain. I, however, don't have that motivation to kill you. However, break your sister's hips and back. That I do. As Asami would blush at this one because, she was bending over. So, yeah. Tenko would reach out for Izuku, and Kurogiri would always have to open a portal to send his hand a different direction. As Izuku would laugh, as he's saying, I can just dodge them, right, Kurogiri? Yes, but still, Tomura must learn how to control himself. It's okay. It's kind of fun. It's strange. It's like you're getting more mad about something your sister doesn't even really care about, as, Tomura is just looking at him. He's twitching, as he's just saying, "You bastard." As Izuku's just saying, I like to think of it as like a Batman Catwoman thing, or Batwoman, or Batman Harley Quinn, or Batman Cheetah, or Batman Poison Ivy.
You read a lot of Batman comic books.
Love them. Love them to death. That's why I'm going to go with the black outfit. As, we do another time skip. This time, we're doing the full, final 10-month finish. So it's the UA entrance exams. Izuku actually shows up, which was a huge relief to Jolene, because she saw him and she tried to talk to him, but, he's just saying, You're All Might's apprentice. Right. Hey, sorry about bailing on the training, but some shit happened. Kind of lost my home. Rather than bother, the bigwig All Might and his precious protege, with someone who, I get it. You didn't really want me there, so, it worked in both of our favors. I moved, and, well, I'm at UA now, so, good luck. As this does not excuse Jolene's consciousness. She still feels the urge to help Izuku to apologize, but Izuku's saying, yeah, you apologizing is for your conscience. I don't care. So, don't take this the wrong way, but even if you apologize, I'm not going to say apology accepted or apology rejected. I'm not going to answer it. Because to me, what's done is done. There's no point in apologizing for it. Your feelings were clear, and I get it. You don't want me around. But, at school, all I can say is, I hope you enjoy 1B, because that's the only way you won't see me in class, as he walks away. Jolene feels offended at this. She's just like, what the fuck? He's a lot more ruder now. What is this bullshit? As then she's just like, damn it. As, she's looking at the UA entrance exam, and she's just like, I don't want to go here, though. But I have to make sure he stays on this righteous path, or I'll have to kill him. Can I kill him? Of course I can. If not, I'll have to call Dad. I don't want Dad mad at me again. I'm already getting tired of his dumb attitude. I didn't even want to join the stupid Speedwagon Foundation. But it's a family thing, and damn. As, we do the regular written exam with Izuku actually finishing 20 minutes before anyone else could, flipping the test over, putting his feet on the desks, and taking a nap. Which Jolene was just like, this is not Izuku. Who the fuck is he? Now, when it comes to the whole robots, Izuku did pass with a high 99. He purposely left 3 answers blank because the total, docked points out of, the said 1,000 was 69 minus points. And, Nezu saw that, and he's just like, nice. As then he's just realizing, wait, he didn't answer these on purpose, didn't he? Nah. As they look at the footage, and Izuku destroys 69 robots of every single kind. 69 1-pointers, 69 2-pointers, and 69 3-pointers. Relatively easy. All with just brute force, showing no Divine Sandstorm, no Bone Blades, no nothing. Chungus, what's up? She jumped on my chest. Ah! Now she jumped on my crotch. She used me as a trampoline. Chungus, I mean this, and I say this because I love you, but fuck you, that hurt. Ah, my balls. Oh, this is gonna be a funny part when you get to it. Ow. Rather than pause, I'm gonna just continue. As Izuku, fuck, this shit hurt. He got 69 villain points of... 69 1-pointers, 69 2-pointers, 69 3-pointers, and 0 hero points. When the 0-pointer showed up, and Uraraka screamed for help, Izuku just stood there, walked up to the 0-pointer, as everyone just stood there. It was normal. Nothing seemingly happened, and then next thing you know, the robot was just sent flying away. No one knew what the fuck had happened. But there was one thing noticeable. The robot had multiple ice, spears and spikes going through its body. But, Izuku, he just walked away after that. He didn't help Uraraka. She still asked for help, but she's just like, wait. I'm still stuck here. As Izuku's saying, your quirk is 0 gravity. The fact that you got stuck on the rubble kind of makes me laugh. As Uraraka's just like, Did he... As Jolene now comes in, she lifts up the rubble. Says, hello, Chungus. I'm still kind of annoyed that you hit me in the nuts, but I still love you. Chungus now purrs. That doesn't mean you're forgiven. Neither does the fact that you're trying to cuddle. Because I have to go to work still, which sucks. Anyway, back to the what if. As, Jolene helps Uraraka out, and she's saying, are you okay? And all this good jazz. As we cut to someone flying in. And I do mean flying in, as it is Asami. Asami shows up as she smiles as she flows down to Izuku, and she just falls in his arms. Izuku catches her as he's saying, yo, this isn't what we talk about. 1, public. 2, no, the fuck is you doing? As she's saying, oh, come on, I just destroyed like 100 robots, come on. Can't you at least have some fun? As Izuku places her down, as he's straight up saying, you said we weren't even friends at the beginning of it, we were just fucking. As he says it so casually so everyone who can hear it, and they are aware that this is, for first years right now. I'm gonna make it where this entrance exam is only for first years, like this examination hall is for first years. So the fact that this woman just flies in, and she's just like, Izuku, as Izuku just says, it's whatever. As he grabs her by the hand, he's saying, come on. As surprising every single motherfucker there. Izuku, once he pulls her in, he just drapes her over his shoulder, and then with one hand, he spins very rapidly, pointing it down as a sudden tornado forms out of his hand, and he just disappears upward into the sky. Everyone's just like, wait, he could do that, but why didn't he do it? Why do you want to use fists? As everyone is in awe of Izuku. No one knows who Izuku is. He is the mysterious boy who came in, but Bakugo knew. And Bakugo was just like, that damn nerd. What? How could a stupid mask do that much power for him? As Izuku is, in a sense, the ultimate pillarman, but not where he can do the whole cars. Not just it. Also, what do you guys think of this? This was cool. You know what else was cool? The fusion of all villain stands. Now, I don't know if this means anything to y'all, but this is cool. Oh yeah, this is when it's from Devon Art. The tag is in the bottom under Karama. I got this one from Twitter. I can't remember the name of the guy though. I'll look it up later. Anyway, back to the what if. As we cut to Izuku and Asami. They leave the entrance gates of UA when we have Jolene call out to Izuku. She asks him, "Can we talk?" Izuku's just like, I mean, if you want, sure. Go ahead, Asami. As she looks at Jolene. She checks out Jolene's chest, which is smaller than her chest, so she feels confident. As she then leaves, but as she leaves, Jolene would approach Izuku, and what she does is surprising. Surprising to her, to Izuku, and kind of to Jolene, as she jumps and hugs him. Izuku was caught off guard. He was not expecting this. As, she wraps her arms tightly around him, and she begins to squeeze. Izuku's just saying, "What are you doing?" And she's saying, "Hug me back." I'd rather hug me back. As then she squeezes tighter as Izuku feels pressure. As he's saying, "Whoa, that's some grip." As she's saying, "Hug me back." Izuku's saying, "Why? Just do it. Why? Please." As Izuku reluctantly puts his arms around Jolene, as she looks down at his chest as she says a muffled Izuku's saying, I don't know if this is your first time apologizing, but you suck at it. And I'm kind of hungry. So, can I go now? As he attempted to remove his arms around Jolene when black tendrils wrapped around both of them, keeping them in place. As she's saying, "I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't know what had happened, and then I heard about your house, and then when I went to go look for you is when I found out about your house, and I'm sorry about everything." And Izuku's just like, "Why are you telling me this? Why?" As next thing she knows, Izuku's behind her, saying, "Why are you acting like you care?" As she's just saying, "What the?" As she's saying, "How did you?" As Izuku's saying, "Look, don't worry about it. But don't go around acting like you care. If anything, you're pretty much just trying to fill the whole All Might quota, right? Right? You don't want to make you seem like, oh, I'm gonna go be a villain because I wasn't given enough attention by the number one hero and his protege." Izuku kind of laughs at her, saying that's kind of childish, but kind of cute. As he does something that, because he's a flirt, he figures, why not? As this side of Jolene did entertain him, so he casually just goes in and gives her a kiss on the cheek. As she's just like, what? She would go to quickly try and punch Izuku right afterwards, but Izuku would just disappear and reappear next to Asami. But when he showed up to Asami was scowling at him, and Izuku's saying, "Oh, come on. We're the one who set our rules." As Izuku then leaves again. As then he reappears 10 feet away, as he's saying, "Last one there pays the bill." As Asami's just saying, "Oh, you bitch." As she then uses her quote, she flies up and then flows forward. Now, Jolene saw how this movement was, and it was weirdly similar to some people that she's seen. She'll have to get back to this I'm in now because 55 minutes, and it'll take me roughly 5 minutes to get to work, so I'll be fine. Listen to Chunky's prayer.